Hey guys, I'm out here again working on the lawnmower. I thought my drive belt was stretched, and so I thought before I buy one, let me investigate. And looking for my dog. So I was checking to see if the drive belt was stretched, and it looks like it's plenty tight enough. The once you disengage the brake, it tightens up the belt, and so I believe the belt was fine. It still won't go in drive. And so I watched a quick YouTube video. I can't remember the guy's name. I'll look it up and give him props. But he had one with a bad transmission, which I thought my transmission was stripped because it's in gear now, and both the tires will rotate forward, and they shouldn't. So I'm going to take the the whole axle carriage. He pulled the tires off, unbolted them from here, and he dropped the hydrostatic transmission, and he put some 30 weight motor oil, filled it up because his had been leaking at the tire at the hub there. So I bet if I had to bet my paycheck, it's going to be this one. This one's just covered with oil. You can kind of see a little bubble starting right there when you do that. On the video I watched, he filled it with fluid and it started leaking, just drip, 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 drip. So it was pretty obvious. So apparently there's some other stuff that's still. Go ahead and put that back on. Oh yeah, we gotta undo the brake. Looks like I got one more bolt. There's a bolt right here. So let's take that dude loose. There's a T30. It's kind of different from the rest of them. It's a Torx. See if I can get you under here and show you. So it's this little gold one right here. It's a Torx bit. Looks like there's no nut. It's just going straight down through it. So we're going to take it loose. So I didn't try, but you might could pull the battery out. I guess I don't know. The battery's got a metal box around it. I don't know that you could have got to it otherwise. But there's a little cap right here. Let's take it off and see what. Let me get my air hose and clean some of that junk off. I'm gonna jack it up and see if I can get the belt off of it. Oh, better disconnect that dude too. It looks like it's bone dry. Oh, a rock under my knee. I can can kind of see the gears, so I'm gonna put some just some 10 weight motor oil, which is what this other guy used. He had Googled it, and it didn't call for any certain type of transmission fluid. So we'll do that, clean it all up, reassemble it, and see if it starts to leak over here. So we may have to end up buying some bushings, little gaskets for our axles, if that's the issue. It's gonna be hard to see because I know this camera doesn't focus. But you can kind of see it there. You see that dry rot on that seal? The bottom of that seal, back up in that groove, is dry rotted. And so I filled it up until you can see down in there, or you can on the camera, but with a flashlight you can see the gear. And so I just filled it up with fluid right above the gear. And this one's probably needs to be changed too. So these are not hard to get to, and so I can pull the tires off and put new fluid in it when I do that. So I might have to drop it again. But before I buy seals, I'm going to make sure this fixes it. So I'm going to clean this up real good, make sure that way everything just kind of functions a little bit better, and put it back together and see if it fixes my problem. Alright, so I got the transmission back in, got everything tightened up. So it should, if everything works like it's supposed to, it should go into gear. And so we're going to give it a shot. So only hope. And mind you, it would not move before we did this. So like it might go, so we're going to back it up so I can go forward. It started to kick, started to try to go forward, so we're going to see what it does. Everything just keeps trying to die, and I keep bringing it back to life. What I tear up there, it looks like my light. And so I've got to do some Googling, researching, and see if I can find seals for these axles. So if yours is kind of slowly, and this did it, you know, gradually. I'd get in there, it'd be cold, and I couldn't get it going reverse, and it would go forward. And once I got it going forward, it would eventually, the reverse would start working, and it almost seemed like the belt was slipping. And so I almost ordered a belt, and I said, no, let me wait and dig into it and make sure the belt ain't missing a pulley or something like that. And I almost gave up on it. I almost said, well, transmission's burned up. Let me Google and just see, you know, see if there's anything on YouTube. And I'm gonna find the guy's link here in a minute, because I'm gonna watch and see if he found seals for them, and I'll give him a shout out. But I said, let me just watch and see. And sure enough, the guy watched this. He watched, and he dropped it and filled it up with fluid. And I didn't have. I had a little bit of 30 weight that I'd put in the engine, and then I had some 10W40, and then I run out. So then I got 10W30 and put in it. And so I just used, you know, a 10 weight motor oil, and used several different ones. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope this helps somebody, and see you on the next one.